Wolf here, and today we'll go over the best weapons and cards to use in Battlefront 2. Remember, if you like this video, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button so you know when new videos come out. So there are a lot of people out there looking for the best weapons and cards available for each class. In the next few minutes, we'll go over the best and second best weapons for each class, as well as the best cards that I found for each class. When looking at the weapons, I took time to kill, accuracy, versatility, and cooling into consideration. Some of these choices may surprise you, others are pretty obvious. And when looking at cards, I took in how it increased your survivability and your overall ability to kill. Since none of the cards increase your maximum health or damage output, they play far less of a role in troopers than in heroes and starfighter. These are going to be more of my opinions and what I found to be most effective. There are people who are going to disagree, and that's perfectly fine. Each player has a different play style. I tend to be more of an up-close player, and I tend to be at the front lines no matter what. If you want more information on each class, you can review the videos in the Trooper Review playlist, and there's a link coming up on your screen now if you want to check it out. Let's go ahead and get started. For the Assault, the best overall weapon is the CR2. This is unlocked at 200 kills, and the only modification you need on this is the recoil reduction, and you get that at 50 kills. Do not put the ion shot attachment on this weapon. You already do low damage per shot, and you don't want to make it worse for troopers and heroes. The CR2 has the fastest rate of fire in the game, and the second worst damage. Looking at the damage, you may have shied away from this one, but the rate of fire offsets the damage, and it's possibly the fastest time to kill at close range. At medium range, it does pretty decent, and at long range, you can engage and land some shots, but you won't be very effective. It does like 0 damage versus vehicles, so unless you're shooting at the objective, it's best not to shoot at any vehicles with this one. And if you're running the Assault class, this should be your go-to option for those close range, medium range engagements. The second best weapon I found for the Assault class is the EL-16HFE. This is for those players who are going to stay at more medium to long range, and this weapon has amazing range, but a pathetic rate of fire. The time to kill can be very fast if you're landing headshots, but it's very unforgiving if you miss, since the rate of fire is so slow compared to the other weapons. With this weapon, you should run recoil reduction for sure, and I've been using this a lot on Starkiller Base and Yavin, and it has been a ton of fun. Card-wise, the improved thermal detonator is a must. It makes your grenades even stronger than it already is, and if you want to anger someone, keep killing them with it. Also, toughen up over the scan dart is the way to go. The scan dart is short and small, and it's very obvious so the enemy team can avoid it. The toughen up ability will help keep you alive. The third card is more of a toss-up to your playstyle. I tend to use the Assault Training card, which gives health back on kill, allowing more survivability, especially during a multiple enemy engagement. Now we move on to the Officer. The Officer, it's between the SE-44C and the Blurg. I give the edge to the SE-44C with the rapid fire and cooling attachment. This weapon can sustain a long firefight without overheating and takes down enemies with ease. It's very forgiving if you miss a few shots since it fires very quickly, unlike the Blurg, making it better for the average player. The downside of the SE-44C is it does lack the range when you start pushing medium to long range that the S5 offers. I do rely a ton on headshots though, so it would be best to try to land those. If your aim is on point, then the Blurg is your weapon. This thing drops enemies in 1 to 2 bursts and has an extra burst modification. It has equal deadly range to the SE-44C, but it is very unforgiving and will overheat much quicker. If you miss a burst, you'll most likely lose the gunfight. It's best for those players who have extremely good accuracy or who are just on fire that night and just landing everything. For the Officer card, there are 2 that I deem mandatory. They are the improved Battle Command Fortitude, that way you can gain health on command, and the improved Flash Grenade. The Flash Grenade is huge for the Officer class. You can detonate it on command. If you use the Flash Grenade and the Battle Command correctly, it'll give you an upper hand in a fight that you should have lost. The third card is more up for debate, and I gave the Disruptor a bad shake in my Officer review. I've been using that ability instead of the turret recently. It is very strong if you time it right, especially if you're turning a corner, and you time it so it goes off as soon as you hit the corner. Another solid option for this class would be the Bodyguard, which will decrease damage from explosives and toxins since everyone's throwing grenades in this place. For the Specialist, the best weapon is between the NT-242 and the IQA. I gave the edge in this one to the NT-242 as the best weapon available. The reason for this is it can one-shot kill all trooper classes with a headshot, which the IQA can't. Granted, the recoil on this one is a beast, so if you miss a headshot, the follow-up shot's probably too slow to get you that kill. If you're looking for more reliability though, the IQA is probably the way to go. Even though it isn't always going to be a one-shot headshot, depending on the health of the trooper, it has far less recoil and a faster rate of fire than the NT-242, making it more deadly more often since those headshots are not always going to be available. It also has better cooling than the NT-242, making it easy to finish off enemies who are already low. For this class, I recommend the Marksman card. This will reset your heat when you land a killing blow headshot, which allows you to continue to engage large clumps of troops. Also, run the Stealth card. It'll keep your shots off enemy radar, and since you're not effective at close range with your primary weapon, it's best not to give your position away with each shot. For the third card, I tend to lean towards survivability, so I'd recommend the Personal Shield. The thermal binoculars aren't 100% reliable, and if equipment isn't reliable, it might as well be useless. Okay, heavies out there, I owe you an apology. So I went back and tried the DC-15LE as GHJ, not sure how you pronounce that, had recommended, and that weapon, after getting some of the attachments, is actually effective. It still does land a lot of assists, but the recoil reduction, you can engage people a little farther out than the other heavy weapons. So I would use the DC-15LE. I am still working on getting all the modifications unlocked. I do have the first two, but I'm working on that explosive round, which I hear is actually pretty good. The main thing about heavy is that sentry is still your primary weapon. You want to use this every time that it comes up. So I do view one of the overcharged sentry or explosive sentry or something like that as a mandatory card, as well as resourcefulness. This way it'll keep your sentry up sooner, and the resourcefulness will cut down on that cooldown. For the third card, there really is no good survivability option for the heavy class, so I would use the ion torpedo if there's air shooting at ground, or the improved impact if not. In the comment section down below, let me know if you agree or disagree with me. If you disagree, which weapon do you think is best and why? If you like this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe to the channel. I love having you guys here. Also, if you're on the PlayStation, come join my PlayStation community, RedWolf72PS4, where we can talk and party up for a few matches. You can also find me on Twitter at RedWolf72PS4. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I will see you again.